To the gateway arterial road, goes to the airport, quick down the bottom of the road.
And the road that runs down the left hand side there is Miles Planning Road. Here we go. This is the scene that greeted everybody. Well, now they've pulled all the glass out of the frames there. But we never did replace the glass. We just screened it with fly screens and put iron bars right around the outside. Some of our highly skilled trained workers, Peter Beckett and that room there, I actually used that as an office, and ended up putting a bed in here and sleeping in there to try and keep some security in the place, and it actually worked. Because later on, when I did get out, and the other headed over to Reg, and then they got broken into so many times. Looking into the projection booth, we actually went and got all the other two projectors and the slide projector from underneath Ewan McGregor Lowndes' mother's house. We made about 400 trips in the panel van to get it there, bits and pieces and stuff, but got it there, got them all assembled and working, and even got a hold of the original projectionist, the guy that worked there when it first opened in 1972, a guy by the name of Leo Huberto. He was quite stoked in being involved in the project as well. Okay, here we are, looking back at the screen. Cable arterial, background projection booths behind that door. Now we're actually going in after the paint and clean up process has been done on the toilets. And about this time I was out on the fair start, and so I missed out on a lot of this, unfortunately. But, someone had to go out and fair star and do that job, unfortunately.
Return to the happy days era at Rev's Drive-In Diner with dine and movie nights Saturdays from 6, milkshakes, burgers and more Sundays from noon. Rev's Drive-In Diner, Miles Fighting Road, Roachdale.
Okay, I was out at the fair start. This is why this bit isn't here. And they had a fashion show on board.
And while Speedo dives into the 90s, there are still those reluctant to leave the 50s. They're rockers, enjoying the music and cars of a less troubled era. And as Mark Sulo reports in tonight's On the Road, they've finally found a hangout.
The radio pumps out an oldie but a goodie, and John Moran fine-tunes the Red Rocket, 58 Vauxhall Victor. He's waiting for Revs to start jumping, and jump at will. This is the end of the week, and those proud to be called petrol heads and rockers have now got somewhere to go. In September '92, an astute businessman turned this old drive-in theatre at Roachdale into Rev's Diner. Now as the sun goes down and the moon comes up, on a Thursday, Friday or Saturday night, the place rocks with good vibes and old cars.
You know you make me wanna kick my heels up and throw my hands up and throw my head back and come on now.
John Moran comes here at least once a week, and often more.
That's some of an old Rev Head, mate. Drove big trucks all my life, so it's been just one engine after another, mate. And the more the merrier, you know, the bigger the better.
At Revs, he finds them in bulk. Most nights there's a field of hot rods, classics and stock standard cars restored to perfection. Their drivers, who might once have been known as bodgies and widgies, eat hamburgers and talk. They found a home to show their cars in safety without causing trouble on the street. It's where John goes to recall good times.
That's when you step back. Take a step back into the 50s, I do. I was 20 in 1950, so They were great days, mate.
There's little trouble among like-minded people at REVZ, but there's plenty of rivalry about cars. Plenty of chatter about who's got what and what's not right.
If it's a really nice car, they'll give it credit, mate. Under their breath, perhaps, but they'll do it.
John Moran is 61, a Rev Head by his own admission, happy to watch others have the fun of the 50s he lived through. In a long, deserted drive-in movie theatre, it's a happening thing. Mark Sulo on the road for 10 Eyewitness News.
It's Peter, the main teacher. Okay, here we are, rock and roll night. It's the rock and roll night at the diner. Tuesday night it was. Check what to. Sorry about that. There's RH, who was a regular.
Rev Heads, every single one of them, folks. Now, listen, while we talk about Rev Heads, this is an old D.H. Holden. That's where David Fordham had his very first hit. Fantastic. Fordo brings back memories, doesn't it? Now, over here, another fantastic machine, and there's Ronald McDonald through there. Bring the camera in, look at him. There he is, hanging off the dashboard. He's having a fluffy dog up the back, let me tell you. And the man who's organised all the Rev Heads is a man by the name of...
John Moran.
No, but what do they call you, really?
The Ferret.
The Ferret. Oh, I don't want to know why. I'm not even going to ask. Now, Ferret, there's some good news for people into cars in Queensland. The drive-in lives.
Lives again, mate.
Whereabouts?
Yep. In Miles Plating Road, Rosedale. And with old Max driving. And it's been open since last September as our 50s, 60s theme. And a place for young people as well as old blokes like me to hang out.
So the go is it gets the young kids off the streets. They can talk about hamburgers and cars, two things that they do.
Do well.
Do well. All right. Thank you. That's the Ferret. That'll be the first and last time we put him on the television. Now, down this way, a couple of familiar faces. First off, that used to be the Batmobile, but we fixed it with a coat of red turban. A man known to you all. You listen to Triple M in the morning. This is the fella. These are his consoles. Rob Duckworth, you've got some business?
Thank you very much, Tim Bailey. Get him a shirt, please, ladies and gentlemen. This is, by the way, this is a very early photograph of my Auntie Gracie. I just thought we'd mention that. Now, this is Peter from Rev's Drive-In Diner, the finest rock and roll eatery under the stars, and you got some money for us.
I sure have, Ron. Yeah.
This is for Ronald McDonald House. How did we raise this?
The money was raised by all these people who paid $5 to enter the cruise and people bring their car on the cruise.
Right. So this is real cash, 405 here, Timbo, and also the people are going to be raising money with these little cans throughout the day. So if you see them, give them some money. I'm going to give you the microphone, take the cash, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you very much. Lovely to see some folding stuff. It won't bounce. It's real cash, unlike Duckworth's checks. And now you know why he's got a head for radio and not television. Now, David Fordham, about the only man I know that would remember when all these cars were built. Back to you, Fordo.
Oh, he's a quiet young lad, though.
No, not pretend money. Real money here. We can't survive on pretend money. I want gold
Hang
coins.
on. Here we go.
No. Look at that. Nothing. I want gold coins. Money. You have no money, sorry. You haven't got any money, we cannot let you. Come on. How are we supposed to pay the rent? Come on. Go to the bank.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
Okay, here we are. Now, Blues Brothers night. Charles Bronson dropped in for the night. Jukebox going way back over there. This was actually night where we had, say the theme was Blues Brothers, and so Vic and I, Vic Kenner's a friend of mine, jumped down and just did a couple of sets before we put the movie on. Okay, here we are, rock and roll night. We've got back away.
Because I'm not at Rev, I'm just here. You're drunk again.
Don't stand around, I'll get you back.
This is the second lot of t-shirts.
And look, I'm out the back in the car park with the Rev Head. Say hello, Rev Head. Rev Head, every single one of them. The man who's organised all the Rev Heads is a man by the name of
John Moran.
No, but what do they call you really? The ferret. The ferret.
Got the drift of what I was saying there. That's the fact that all those markings were there when we moved in, and I went and approached main roads and all authorities, and everyone said no, there was nothing in there to go on ahead. But shows that you never really what people tell you. Revs. Why it was so short, I really don't know. But I must say that the friendships that were formed through it, all the testimonies of people that came in and out of the place, if it was only for that, it never made any money, didn't have a chance to. If it was only for that, then it was well worth it. And praise God, if it's opportunity arises to do it again, I think I would.